Imagine being the woman a king wanted more than anyone else. Imagine the king risking his reputation, his marriage, and even the future of his kingdom just to be with you. Now imagine that same king turning against you only a few years later. That is the story of Anne Boleyn. And nearly 500 years later, people still trying to understand how one of the history's most famous love stories ended in disaster. When Anne Boleyn arrived at the English court, nobody expected her to become queen. She was intelligent, confident, and unlike many of the women around her. King Henry VIII quickly noticed her, but Anne was different. She refused to become one of the king's mistresses. She wanted something far greater. She wanted a crown. For years, Henry pursued her. Letters were exchanged. Promises were made. The king became increasingly determined to marry her. His desire became so strong that it helped trigger one of the biggest political changes in English history. Eventually, Henry broke away from the authority of the Pope. The decision changed England forever. And in 1533, Anne Boleyn became Queen of England. For a moment, it seemed like she had achieved everything. She had power, influence, and the attention of the most powerful man in the kingdom. But life at court could be dangerous. Royal favor was never guaranteed. Every decision was watched, every mistake was remembered, and every enemy waited patiently for an opportunity. Henry desperately wanted a male heir. When Anne failed to provide one, her position slowly became weaker. Whispers began spread through the palace. Rumors moved from room to room. Powerful rivals started working against her. The queen, who had once seemed untouchable, suddenly found herself surrounded by uncertainty. Then events moved incredibly fast. In 1536, Anne was arrested. She was accused of serious crimes. Historians still debate many of those accusations today. Some believed they were politically motivated. Others believe powerful figures wanted her removed from influence. The full truth may never be known. What is certain is how quickly everything changed. Only a few years after becoming queen, Anne was imprisoned inside the Tower of London. The woman who had once captured the king's heart now faced a completely different future. Her rise had been extraordinary, but her fall was even more dramatic. Today, Anne Boleyn remains one of the most discussed women in British history. Not simply because she became queen, but because her story contains everything that still fascinates people today. Love, ambition, power, politics, and the danger that comes when all of those things collide. 5 centuries later, her story still refuses to be forgotten.